So I hope the screen is visible.
Yes, Vikashji, visible.
Okay, great. So today we are going to start the 10 statements. Again, the statements of principle again. But this time we might not be doing the kind of elaboration that we did last time. If you want to discuss little more, feel free to discuss. But after that, we will again go to the second part also, the harvest part, and continue the reading from there also. Because the author has specifically mentioned that these 10 principles need to be revised and reflected again and again, at least minimum 4 times. That is what the author has advised. So let's do it. So the statement of principle number 1, it says God is lavish, unfailing abundance, the rich omnipresent substance of the universe. The rich omnipresent substance of the universe, this all providing source of infinite prosperity is individualized as me, the reality of me. The author is showing what is the reality of me and who is God and how he is all providing source of infinite prosperity. All providing source of infinite prosperity. Maybe per day we can take up two or three, because these are small, shorter ones, so that we can repeat also multiple times in lesser time frame. So this is anyone wants to add any reflection on this, like how God is lavish, unfailing abundance? When we are discussing how God is and what is his potency and how he is all providing source of infinite prosperity, the main thing that we need to concentrate or focus is or check is whether I am having strong faith, strong belief on this particular line or not. Am I believing completely that he is the source of infinite prosperity? Because if that belief is not properly established, then every time I need the prosperity, I'll be looking at some other source, but not to the all providing source of infinite prosperity. And how that is individualized as me, the reality of me. Means when I do yoga or meditate upon him, automatically the power, the prosperity flows from that ultimate source, that infinite prosperity to me and become the reality of me. The second statement says, I lift up my mind and heart to be aware, to understand, and to know that the divine presence I am is a source and substance of all my good. I lift my mind and heart to be aware, and to understand and to know what to know. The divine presence I am is the source and substance of all my good. The divine presence I am. If anyone remembers, we have also discussed very descriptively, like we have reflected on this particular point very descriptively, and also we related this with our philosophy Tattva-masi. I am, the divine presence I am, is a source and substance of all my good. So, which is the source and substance of all my good is none other than the divine presence of God in me. These are the two statements that we have revised today, and the room is open if anyone wants to share their reflection or ask any further, like if anyone has further doubts or something, then feel free to ask. Otherwise, we'll go to the next section.
Yes, Vikashji, supply is infinite, demand may be less.
Supply is infinite, demand may be less.
I need to be aware only. I need to be divine conscious only
Right.
to get the infinite supply.
Yes. So, so now that we are focusing on the abundance, so let's not limit our demand, or means we are not demanding, we are just connecting. And how much ever is the flow that can come from the infinite abundance or infinite prosperity or infinite source, let it come. So I will not restrict, we will not restrict that flow. Let the magnificent source shower on me to the extent it wants to empower me in whichever way it wants. Sounds good? Manji, it's okay?
Ji, 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 ji. Yes, yes, Vikashji. Yes.
Okay. Yeah, we are not demanding, but we are not restricting also. We are actually just connecting to the source, and automatically the flow is coming. The ultimate prosperity is flowing from my divine to me.
Yes, very true.
I'm just aware, and I'm just harnessing that force. Now let's go to the next part. We have completed up to meditation, and today we'll be focusing on the controlled visualization. What is controlled visualization? Before I share the visualization that was given to me by my heart self, I want to tell you about a realization I had years ago. In a particular state of consciousness and corresponding financial hold that I was in at the time, I kept looking for a miracle. Now, miracles are wonderful, and there is no order of difficulty in miracles. But the particular miracle that I wanted was the sudden manifestation of money without the consciousness for it. Without the sudden, without the consciousness for it. Okay. You know, the doorbell rings, and when you open the door, there is a huge basket full of money, or the heavens open up and manna as money falls in your lap, and so on. While I considered God as source of my supply, I did not quite understand that spirit primary outlet for manifestation in the third dimensional plane was through people. So how he will give is through people. Outlet for manifestation in the third dimensional plane was through people. Primary. This is the primary outlet. I had not had the awakening that each one of us is spirit channel for each other. In fact, I turned away from people in a false sense of spiritual pride. This is very true, and many a times if we do it and very, very carefully, we need to remain aware that we should not do it. Because spirituality is not teaching that. In fact, I turned away from people in a false sense of spiritual pride. So if someone is thinking that okay, I am spiritually elevated and now I do not need to associate or I do not need to care for people around me, then we are actually creating a boundary. And that boundary, that is kind of discrimination that we are creating, that we are at a higher position, higher place, and others are not, is also against the spiritual laws. So this we need to very carefully. What do they know about spiritual abundance? I thought, and whole got whole got deeper. If this thought or itself is coming, then also it is actually creating a dent. Until we reach the level of consciousness where we can instantly manifest from out of substance, our visible supply comes through other souls on this planet. So, from people around us, the all the abundance will come. Since people are the energy of money, we are in truth sharing ourselves, our essence with each other. About this time, someone will raise the point that in the 40-day prosperity plan I write, if you look at any human person, place, or condition for your supply, you are shutting down the flow. If you give power to any mortal as even being the channel for your supply, you are limiting your good. And that's fact. We do not look to any particular individual for our good, nor do we specify any mortal channel as a source of our supply. This is the clarification he is giving, how it is not true. Means we are not particularly looking for any individual as our source. This is outlining, and such a practice is in violation of universal law. However, we do recognize that the yield or visible money supply will flow to us through and from physical beings living on this planet in exchange for something given. In exchange for something given. Without something, nothing can happen. So that this is also very important and we need to remember. Do you see the difference? Please contemplate this point until you do. Now, onto the visualization. Okay. From here, actually, tomorrow we will continue. Up to here, whatever comes to your mind, if anyone wants to share, please go ahead. Shall I explain a little more again? What I understood is,
Yes, please.
yeah. So what I understood is the author is trying to say something which is sounding little contradictory to each other. He is saying that the abundance source, all abundance source is God, and we should not look at any limited source as our source of abundance. Or to get the desired prosperity, we should not look for any mortal being. This is what actually we have discussed in length and breadth. But now today he is saying that the three-dimensional plane, so the primary spirit's primary outlet for manifestation in the third dimensional plane was through people only. Okay, so through people only it will come the prosperity which we want. So to specifically mention how it is not contradictory, he is mentioning that it is not in particular any individual we are aiming to look at. Okay, so it is like our focus, our um, our focus and our aim and the connection that we are trying to establish and strengthen is will be God only, but how it will manifest is by any mortal beings, any people who are around us, not a specific person that we need to focus or target or point to. Suppose I am thinking that okay, Ambani is having all the money, and if I somehow shift my focus only to Ambani and do some whatsoever method actually it may be, then I'll be getting all abundance. Then that is wrong. He's saying that if it has to come from Ambani, it will come. But we have to keep our focus and meditation to the unlimited supply, and that is all pervading God. So this is the essence of the today's reading that we read, and on this basis we will understand how to do the control visualization tomorrow. This control visualization. I hope it is clear.
Yes, it's clear now.
Okay, great. Thank you. So, if any further sharing, if anyone wants to do, please go ahead. Otherwise, we are done for the day.
Because you just want to add on that mortal things. Yeah, this
Yeah.
is again my discussion with my friend. I just want to add, it is not just the Ambani. Many of my friends, they think like they are working for their boss or their lead and all that, and they are paying them. So I just corrected their thinking, and it came to me after a long time, after a long experience. We are not working for the boss or the lead or in this thing. We are working for the company, and they are paying for the service which we provide.
Mm,
So don't
mm.
bog down by the peer pressure or boss pressure. They are not paying you anything. They are paying for your services, and you are valuable employee there. So people think that someone pays them or someone handles their finances. It's not like either way around, other way around. So mortal things is what are the things are all around us. We think that abundance and everything, money also comes from that end. No, it is the service that you provide outside. It is a response to that energy comes to us. So you give more this thing service out, you will get more energy. Yeah. So that's
Yes,
my
yes,
take. Yeah, yeah.
yes. And it might not be in that proportion to which proportion we are giving. It will be multiple.
Yeah,
It will be multiplied into many
absolutely.
fold
Yeah,
if we understood this principle of connecting to the ultimate source. So if
yeah,
I am connected properly in the right manner to the ultimate source,
yeah,
then anyway prosperity ought to come. Now, how it will
yeah,
come? It will come through our salary. It will come through
yeah,
uh, some kind of connections, but through some people. But we should understand that we must understand that the source is somewhere else, and we are getting through them. So very
yeah.
nicely to get this example. That is also very important to keep this mindset while we are working, and we are working. Uh, and if we keep that mindset, that then the work also will not feel be burdensome. Right? We are kind of doing a seva. We are doing as the matter of duty what I am supposed to do, and the reward, I am not attached to the reward. Let the reward be decided by Almighty God. And I know that because I am aligned and I am very much focused to the right way of connecting with the God, then automatically I'll be getting multiple times of what I deserve, what I'm giving, multiple times of that actually ought to come. There is no exception, there is no uh, kind of missing.
So
So,
because God gives you the direct evidence of that. For example, watermelon,
mm,
multiple seeds. You draw one, and then yeah, you get multiples. There is no multiple factor. you don't have to worry about. He gives thousand seats. Seats is basically again the opportunities. Yeah. So if you give one step, he goes mile steps for you. So yeah, I believe on that statement. Yes, and that is what the heart of this book. Be soul consciousness. Be soul conscious. Yeah. Yeah.
Yeah. Right. Okay, great. So thank you all for joining. And today's yesterday again, I have started recording the sessions. So in the YouTube channel, whoever has joined little late, if they want to revise, then they can always go to the YouTube channel and take the benefit of it. Thank you all. Have a good
Thank
day.
you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you, Vikashi. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.